Let me see. I'm being told we need to set intention. Guys, close your eyes. We do a quick soul activation. Then we can start. Can you hear the music? All right, take in a deep breath. And just come to the center of your heart where there's a divine spark, a divine flame. Your true God identity within the heart, the secret chamber of your heart, the kingdom of God within you, where you lack nothing, your real self. And you see yourself as that flame of God, where you lack nothing and where answers come to you effortlessly. I want you to connect with your higher self and your God self. And I want you to say to your sweet soul, come closer to the flame and be bathed. Be bathed and cleansed and purified from all that's burdening you. Put that karma into the flame. Put those burdens into the flame. Put those obstacles into the flame. Put that heaviness into the flame. The flame of God within you that is all powerful. Your true magnificence, that no one can dim that light unless you dim it yourself. Feel the angels as they come to administer. Ashe, it is done. Whew. Now you can open your eyes. Jerry, how did you experience that?
I felt some sort of what is it called? It's like sitting next to a fireplace on a cold night. So feeling of comfort and like release after a tough day.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really good. So like you felt you're in a fireplace and it's a release after a hard day. Just uzito, the heaviness just went into the fire and it left.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks for sharing. Charlie.
For me, I felt very calm. That was the overriding feeling I had, and the more it went on, the calmer I was feeling, and I was almost drifting off and becoming becoming detached from this reality. It was
Yeah.
quite, and it was quick because it wasn't long. The way it happened was really quickly, and that's how I experienced it.
Wow. So calmness.
Yeah, it was a beautiful feeling of just leaving this reality, of just
Wow.
beyond some. I don't know where I was going, but I was definitely aware of that. Anyway, I'm here.
Thank you. Thanks for
Beautiful
sharing.
that.
Thank you. Calmness and a release. Isikwa?
Um, I felt gratitude and appreciation.
Wow.
Uh, yeah, just it feels good to be here. Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Bisikwa. Gratitude and appreciation. So we've got release, calmness, gratitude, and appreciation. Thanks for sharing. Kami, please add to our list.
Light. But then I realized that the word light describes everything that everyone else has described. But that's the word that came to my mind. I felt lighter. I felt freer. Yes.
Yeah,
Let me add those two.
light and clear. I think that's really beautiful. When when we're doing that, I was seeing angels. Sometimes I perceive angels, and they were sealing this group now. Like, how can it, now that we know what we want, and which means everybody is on board in terms of we want a community of support where I can come feel, whether it's the release, whether it's the calm, whether it's gratitude and appreciation, whether it's light and clear, that the clarity. But I could see them just creating this circle around us and just sealing all us because the love is what holds a group together. And the group, without that, of course, you know what happens. But anyway, I could just see them sealing it properly with love. And so that whoever who comes, they're coming to that vibration and adding to that. And if they don't come for that intention, then they won't feel comfortable because we're only putting love in. So, which I just thought it was a really big gift for me to see that because I do know what it is like to be in a group whereby the facilitator can be compromised. Charlie and I have seen that. We were in a spiritual group and everybody got psychically attacked because the facilitator was so compromised. And it took us years to clear some of the stuff we were picking up. So anyway, my point is, guys, trust me, we've had those kinds of experience. So, but that's why I really needed it to be protected and to be sponsored. I work under Mother Mary. She's the one who guided me to even start doing this. So I've always known she's be there to guide and protect, and I want her light to be the one guiding us, all of us. So I'm really grateful for that. And people may not know that when you're part of my circle as a healer, you've got certain souls that come to you for whatever support. You are protected under the mantle of the healer. It's not something I do, but what happens, because I have to do my prayers every morning, for example, it's any healer you work with who works for the light. Then you carry that protection. When you're out of the circle, they're not responsible for you. I'm not saying like you're stuck with me or anything. It's not like that. It just means while you're here, you have to be protected and you're safe. And so that's what, you have to be safe in my arms. So that's what I normally do. And so it's always good whenever you choose a group to be part of, you have to make sure you get that safety from whoever who's running the group. And if you don't, I would suggest don't join such groups, because you'll be compromised psychically. You may not be attacked physically, but spiritually you will be. And you can be part of different groups. There's no problem. You don't have to be only part of one community. But what's important is you have to just make sure there's integrity and they serve the true light of God that never fails. Not all light workers, not all healers serve the light. So it's always good to know that. And before we have the discernment, Charlie and I have learned the hard way, because we've done lots of things. But as your discernments get sharper, I've always felt, what I've learned is, if the universe, if you are, when they say when the student is ready, the teacher appears, you're meant to make sure you receive what you need from the teacher first before you move to the next teacher. People just think, oh, I'm still looking for a teacher, I'm still doing this. No, it doesn't work like that. The universe has to be like, you need to receive what you needed from this teacher, then the next teacher appears. I have had different teachers alongside different times of my path. But it's all, you have to fulfill the mission or the contract you already had on a soul level. Because, and this is the other thing, sometimes I also realized, if you don't complete what you need to learn from one teacher, what most people do is they say they're working with a teacher and something comes up they don't want to face. So because the teacher knows your whole journey, the teacher knows which areas you need to work on, just like an ascended master. If when I work with El Moria, for example, and he could be working with me on a childhood issue, for example. I'm working with Krishna on a childhood issue, I'm working with Jesus on something, and it gets too hard. I realized sometimes you think, oh, how about I go to this other master? Maybe. And you know what the other master will say? We need to face this issue. It's not like we will work on a different issue. So the issue you are running from, thinking, oh, but El Moria told me I have to face this issue and I don't want to face it. Maybe I'll just go run to Krishna, because Krishna won't know this is what I'm working on. Krishna will be like, no, this is where we're starting. Because that's what a true teacher does. So sometimes as a student on the path, we think, oh, I don't want to work with this. This teacher has brought this up on my surface, or I don't want to face this, so I'll go to this other teacher. And sometimes you go to a teacher who doesn't understand the full story. So the thing you need to heal, which means the soul will stay on that level till it heals it. And if the soul needs to put you there for years or lifetimes, it will. But on the soul's path, we have to face that which we need to face to move to the next level. Or it just gets heavy and it slows us out on the path. So my point is, when the student is ready, the teacher appears, but the student also has to be willing to face whatever it is. And I'll share with you quickly one of my own examples. When I was very new on the path, I went to see this teacher in Bali, and I said, what is it I need to know? What I want to know what to do. And the teacher said to me, meditate. Now I thought, this teacher is not giving me the answer I needed to hear. That's not the answer I wanted. I wanted him to tell me, what is it I need to do? I've just quit my engineering job. What journey, what am I to do next? And he's just saying, meditate. So the next time I'm in, I think, Hawaii, and I meet another teacher, and I'm saying, what do I need to do? I really want to know. Do you know what the answer was? Meditate. Then I went to another, I'm like, these guys, I don't know what they're talking about. I don't want to do what they're telling me the same thing. And I got the third teacher. Do you know what the answer was? Meditate. So that's what we have to learn. We can't run away from the soul. And if the teacher works for the light, they will understand the message from your own higher self. And that's all the teacher does, relay the message from your higher self to you. So that's why the answer is the same. Why will the answer be different? Because on the path, it's the soul that needs to connect more to the higher self. So the teacher only serves as the intermediary between the higher self and the soul, before the soul can fully start understanding how to work directly with the higher self. So the point of the teacher is to hold the hand of the soul, the hand of the higher self, and somehow bring them two together and get out of the way. But before the soul has got those faculties activated in them, before the soul has got that awareness in it, and the knowledge, because this is the spiritual knowledge it needs as well, then it will always need a teacher. And there's a really powerful teaching I read this week, which was, you remember that story when Jesus was on the boat walking on water and Peter tried to go walk on water and they started sinking? You remember that story? Let me get a thumbs up. Okay. So he was saying, until your soul is enough to float above the astral sea. The astral sea is, think of all the karma, all the emotions you felt, all the negative emotions put together. That's called the astral sea. Until your soul is able to float above it, you'll always need to hold the hand of their master. And that's why Peter started sinking. And then Jesus held his hand. Then he was able to say, Peter, you man of little faith, get up in the water. So as far as we're on this journey, until we make our ascension, we'll always need to be tethered to the ascended master, to the heart of an ascended master. It's the only way we stay up on the path. Now, you may not know your ascended master, which is fine, but your ascended master knows you. You wouldn't be in this call if you wouldn't have been working with them. Since you joined the soul's path, your sponsoring master already joined you. Your ancestors, your spirit guides, your animal guides, whoever, family, family from the stars you don't even know nothing about. They all start supporting you on your journey for soul awakening. You're already on your awakening, but now you're going further ahead on the path. Is this making sense? So then now, as you're going that, just know they're already there. And with time, you'll start feeling an affinity to one with another. And it can change. And actually today, I don't know what I was asking the Ascended Masters, and they said to me, you can work with different Ascended Masters the way you feel. They don't have monopoly over one or the other. And they all have different specialities. So for example, Krishna works with the inner child work and the soul. But you may be working on increasing your sacred fire of the heart. Then you work with Zarathustra there. You may be working to balance your karma. You work with Saint Germain. You may be working with your discipline. You can work with Serapis Bey. You will learn them as we go along. You may be working on, I want to live the will of God for me and my life. You work with Ascended Master El Moria. So what happens sometimes, you may be working with Jesus and you reach a point and he'll just put you in the hands of Kuthumi. Now Kuthumi is the psychologist. All those childhood issues, he'll be the one who'll come and fix it. So there's so many times I've seen, because they know who's, like, you call a plumber, you call an electrician, you call who, and it's the same. And it's the same with the realms of angels. And one of the things I would like to share with you, I started doing this and it's really transformed my nights. When you were conceived in the heart of God as a soul, we were conceived, it's known as the original cause. And we were conceived in what's called the great central sun. God appointed a seraphim to be with you. Now, a seraphim is different from all the other angels because they are like the purest of angels. Even when angels fell, when Michael sent devil and whoever out of heaven, the seraphim remained true to God to the end. They are the highest realm who sing, Lord, Lord, God of hosts. Now, the seraphim, unlike the other angels, they have 4 wings. They got these 4 magnificent wings. They're magnificent tall beings. Every night, so ever since you were born, conceived from the heart of God, meaning your seraphim has been with you for eons. Your guides can be with you a lifetime. Your seraphim has been with you since you're conceived. And not only you, but your twin flame. Because when you were born, you were one, then you were separated into 2. You became twin flames. Twin flames means from the same egg. 1 male, 1 female. So your seraphim takes care of you and your twin flame. And for eons, if you don't talk to him, don't work with him, he goes back to God. So what I would tell you guys, every night before you sleep, just start saying, hey, seraphim, please come. And they are the best healers in the universe. And guys, you don't want to know how far I've gone to find this information. It took me years to find this information. So when you go to sleep now, starting tonight, set the intention to have your seraphim wrap you up in its wings, your 4 wings, and purify and heal your mind, body, and soul from anything that's afflicting you. He sends you like a rainbow ray. And then you've got within you what is called a body elemental. Is this stuff interesting? Let me know if you're finding this stuff interesting. Yeah, awesome.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Awesome. So inside yourself, you've got the most advanced, call it technology or being, known as a body elemental. Your body elemental is the one who's, when you eat food, he even knows what you're allergic to and you don't. Apparently, when you're making a baby, this is interesting. Charlie, you'd love this. The body elemental of the mother and the body elemental of the father work with the body elemental of the child to make the best possibility of the baby. So they are the best engineers in the universe. When you are unwell, you need to talk to the body elemental. When I started connecting with the body elemental, I started saying, what is it you want me to eat? I'll cooperate with you. And the body elemental is such a part of you that even when you're attacked, he gets attacked as well. He feels it. But there was a very interesting teaching, I think it was by Sanat Kumara. He said, before you make your ascension, you'll feel this fear, and it's never usually you, it's your body elemental, because he feels he won't have a job anymore once you give up your body. So you have to tell your body elemental, listen, I love you so much. I want to tell you, even though I'll have made my ascension, I'll always have a room and a role for you. So your body elemental, I'll go deeper into these teachings, but when you're healing, you need to work with your body elemental. And so when you're sleeping at night and you're working with the seraphim, and they're the best healers in the universe. And they were appointed to you by God himself. From the moment you were created in the eons ago, I knew you before you were placed in your mother's womb. That's the time you were appointed a seraphim. So when he sends these rainbow rays, what your body elemental does, he may take some green light and put it in your liver that has worked overtime this week. He may take that and put it in your family stuff, wherever your issues are. So my point is, please employ your seraphim. Give him a job. He's been waiting for eons and he's never left your side. Yes, let me see. Yes, anyway. So any questions? What are you guys taking from this? Let me know. Yes, Bisikwa.
I have a question. Is the seraphim the same as what people say, the holy guardian angel? Or
No.
That's different? Okay.
The Holy Christ self or the Holy Guardian Angel? So
Holy guardian angel.
okay. So your guardian,
Actually, what's the difference? What's the difference?
Your holy guardian angel is your Holy Christ self, is your highest potential of the soul. I'll read for you. Actually, it's funny, today when we read the book, I found a really good explanation of who the Holy Christ self is or what he does. Give me 1 minute, I'm sure I'll find it. Here. Now there's an aspect of yourself that I would like to acquaint you with. It is the point of consciousness which knows the self that is God, while knowing the self that is soul, that is in the state of becoming God. It also knows all aspects of awareness tethered to the synthetic image. This point of selfhood we call the Christ self, the anointed one. He's the inner guru, he's your guardian angel as well. He's your inner guru and he's your guardian angel. So, and then we saw this says, in the diagram of selfhood, he's the mediator between the point of self evolving in the planes of spirit, which we have called the I am presence, and that portion of self evolving in the planes of matter, which is known as the seed of identity or the soul. So let me show you the diagram so that it makes much more sense. 142. So if this is your mighty I am presence, this is your soul in matter, this is your God self, mighty I am presence in spirit. This is your guardian angel and holy Christ self, and he feeds your holy flame, the one we're just meditating upon, through this crystal cord from your own individualized God presence. Yes, Charlie? Thank you for sharing with us. Well, what would you like to share?
It just looked like this shape.
Yes, it does actually.
The crystal, yeah,
I can see that.
It just reminded me of the shape,
That's
which happened to be here
amazing.
next to me.
Oh my goodness. And you've got one powerful crystal. Thank you for sharing, Charlie. But yeah, that's it. That's your tube of light. So that's Bisekwa, this is your guardian angel, right? And he knows you as God, and he also sees you as this lower self evolving in matter, becoming God. So he's in the mediator. And the reason we have this is so that whatever we do here doesn't pollute our God self. Because imagine all the karma we can make as a soul in matter, it can't go into spirit. So, but a seraphim is a different entity, not energy, it's a different consciousness. They're a realm of angels. So angels were created by God to administer the sons and daughters of God. We are the sons and daughters of God. We've got angels for healing. We've got angels of the violet flame. They will serve on different rays of God's consciousness. At the moment, we know there are 12 rays of God's consciousness, and each of them have got angels. But we also have the ones who fell with Lucifer, who've created all the chaos. And they're the ones who said, why should we administer to the sons and daughters of God? They should administer to us. So where Lucifer fell is because he didn't want to administer to us. He wanted us to be administering to them. And that's where the problem came. But the seraphim remained pure to serve sons and daughters of God. Is that making sense now? So your inner guru, you're actually connected through with a cord that goes from your heart through your crown, straight to him. But your seraphim is part of you, but it's part of God, it's part of the different consciousness. Tami, what did you get out of that?
That one, there's a lot to learn, and two, we have all the help that we need. We just need to, I don't know what the word, I'm trying to find the word. Is it to find it or to, I'm so fascinated by this conversation because I'm just like, all this time, the seraphim has been in my life. I just didn't know, so I couldn't go and get help, the help that I need.
I know.
So I'm stuck between, there's so much to learn, and I'm upset because I didn't know this. I should have known this, and some of the problems I've experienced, I would not have experienced. A lot is going on. There's a lot in my head.
I know. And why did they hide this information for us?
Exactly.
Because it's
But I'm happy.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, despite all my confusion and my being upset, I'm very happy that I'm learning this now, because just like you said, lessons come at the right time, not earlier, not later.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys used to sing this song. I think if it's even in the sister act. Na na na, the seraphim sing with us, the seraphim. Heaven and earth descend the hymn. Salve, salve, salve Regina. Hail, Holy Queen enthroned above. Oh Maria. Charlie, you haven't heard that song? Hail, Mother of Mercy and of Love. It's even in the sister act. Oh Maria, sing with us, ye seraphim. Na na na, ye cherubim. You know the seraphim and cherubims. Heaven and earth resound the hymn. Salve, salve, salve Regina.
Intermarata, Sanctus, Sanctus Dominus, Vergor Spice Mater, Aspices.